In this video, I'm going to tell you about 10 discoveries about e-mountain biking. Things I wish people told me if I started e-mountain biking this year. All right, the number one observation is that there's more and more access happening each month. So if you're entering the sport, be appreciative that you can e-bike now legally in many places. More and more people are finding out, governments, decision-making bodies are finding out that, hey, e-biking is good. When I legalize it, nothing bad happens. There's just more people participating. They get spread out through the park. They're able to rescue themselves. And these people are quite responsible and appreciative of the right to use these machines. So the only thing is make sure it's a legal e-bike when you are on these trails. And the second observation is, along with the legality, is there's less and less hate and prejudice and conflict when you are out on the trails. Trust me, guys, I've been e-biking 5 to 7 years on the local trails. I used to be in hiding because I couldn't be seen publicly. People just hate on me even though I'm a cross-country rider. And now, very little of that, especially here in the Northern California. I hear in Southern California it's the same thing. It's going to happen region by region. If you have a very mountainous terrain, it's going to happen more because these things just give you access, give you fun in mountain biking. If you're in a cross-country stronghold like Bend, Oregon, or Colorado, it'll take a while, but it's gonna happen. There's no bones about it. Number 3 observation is e-bikes are still expensive. 2 years ago I said this was the number one complaint. They just cost too much. You couldn't get anything at $5 grand. Everything was $7,000-8,000, and now it's come down, but not come down enough. You can buy a good mountain bike for $900. You can't buy a good e-mountain bike for double that. You have to go triple that. $2,700 is what I found to buy an e-mountain bike hardtail. That's from Trek, from Aventon, and Velotric. I'll link in the description for that, but it's still very expensive. And really, the real e-mountain biking experience is full suspension. Because you have to suspend that motor and all that battery weight for it to be an enjoyable and kind of a growing experience. And those are 5,000 and above. Number 4 observation is there is a rise of mid-power bikes. Mid-power bikes are the ones with half the power and instead of 50 pounds are 40 pounds in weight. They cost the same though. They're not $1 cheaper. And there's a rise of them. That is the growing category. There's now 20 offerings in this arena. So they're getting better and better. They're not like the old Levo SL with too little power, too little battery. They're now usable. You're adding more miles, more altitude to your cross-country bike. You don't want the same footies as that because you make it worth the trouble. And they're definitely getting better. New motors are coming out, the Bosch SX, the Fatsuwa, and it's become a good category with good technology and all these kind of add-on extender batteries. Number 5 thing is motor problems, electronic problems are still the norm. So you come into the sport, you're like, why is my motor noisy or braking or won't turn on? That's the norm. That's how it is. We are not in a mature market yet. Everything is experimental, and they're experimenting on you, the customer. So it's still happening. Just make sure you have a place to get it fixed. Either those mobile bike shops or your local bike shop, because you can't fix it yourself. I have 2 friends whose e-bikes are down and they're not riding because it'll cost like $1,000 or more to fix. So it's still a reality. The Levo motor is braking less, but it's still braking. About 2,000 miles in, they're gonna brake, but they back them up. Also, the Fatsuwa Ride 60, the most popular mid-power motor, is braking left and right. So just have a dealer. Have warranty. And number 6, what am I going to tell you about getting fit? Am I going to get fit with an e-bike? Am I going to get lazy with an e-bike? And there's number 6 is a good summary I have for this. If the answer is twofold. If you are coming off the couch, meaning your fitness level is here, you buy an e-mountain bike and you just use it exclusively, your fitness is going to go boom way past that. You're going to go right here because you're going to be riding every other day where you did nothing and now you're having fun, sustainable, you're improving your fitness, your cardio, your muscles, everything's improving. So it'll get you fit. If, on the other hand, you're an elite athlete, you have PRs, KOMs, podiums, and you race, and you go switch to 100% e-bike, your fitness is going to go boom. You're going to meet that same guy. Not quite there, but you're gonna go down a little bit if you go 100% e-bike. And that's because, the pain, suffering is not there. The muscle threshold beating, you don't get with an e-bike. It's just more fun. But you're going to ride more, so it's good. If you want to achieve, so, basically the answer is this way. Depending on where you're coming from, that's where your e-bike fitness is going to be. So if you want to be very fit, and you're an elite athlete, just hang on to your analog bike and use that once a week and measure your fitness, get your PRs that way. Number 7 is about what the e-bike experience is. A lot of people I know who have not jumped to e-bikes. I said, I'm scared, that I'm gonna get lazy. I'm scared. I'm not gonna bike anymore, or I'm gonna do this and this. And let me tell you, I know exactly what's gonna happen. You know exactly what's gonna happen when you buy an e-bike. It's what you are now, only more. It's you, only more. It's not you, only better. It's you, only more. If you like to have fun, you're gonna have more fun. If you're lazy, you're gonna be lazy still, but at least you're gonna bike, right? If you're like a shuttle rider, it's not like you're gonna pedal all of a sudden because you're on an e-bike. You're gonna use turbo. If you are an elite athlete in cross country and you buy an e-bike, you're still gonna do that. Still gonna do that. If you like your 100-mile ride, you're still gonna do that. So it's you, only more. And remember that e-bikes are not gonna change your core values. You're gonna ride more. You're gonna do more things with it. But you are fundamentally going to do what you do because this is a tool that extends what you like to do. All right, the downside of e-biking, if there is one downside, it is the decrease of the meditative aspect and the achievement aspect of cycling. Cycling is an elite sport. It's a kind of a solitary sport where you get lost in the experience. You climb for 2 hours, all your problems go away, and you think deep thoughts. You chase your PR, you beat your PR by 3 seconds, and you celebrate like crazy. And none of that is really that relevant in an e-bike. None of that happens as well. That's for analog muscle bikes. So if you love that part of it, hang on to your old bike and just realize that, hey, this tool is not great at it. It's not great for chasing PRs, not great for bragging about your 12-hour ride, so to speak. It's different. This is a more fun tool. So use your other bike to complement the e-bike experience. And there's a lot of bike-specific, e-bike optimized products that are showing up because these are not motorcycles, but they are different machines. So things like bike racks, bike stands, work stands, they have to sustain the weight of the 60-pound bikes now on average, whereas before 30 pounds was heavy for them. So they have to take that beating and do it conveniently and safely. So e-bike kind of standardized products. Luckily, they work for normal products as well, just a little bit of overkill. And the number 10 is just an observation on Eroad bikes and e-commuter bikes and e-cargo bikes. What's happening in the industry. Eroad bikes, that's not a thing. It's not picking up because road biking is essentially an exercise, an elite sport where fitness and achievement is the main goal of road bike racing. But e-commuters, e-cruisers, e-cargo bikes, e-fat bikes, that's all money well spent. So this part is growing like crazy. They're getting cheaper, they're getting better, growing like crazy. Use your car less and use your bike more, your e-bike more. And if you have a long commute, hilly terrain, these are so perfect. They enable so many more people to participate in this thing called biking. All right, everybody, thanks a ton and have a great rest of the summer.